Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Yes, I am fired up. I was last night, and especially even more today now after reading the notes that the amazing Janet Butler, Peter Surrer, Dan Street, and Daryl Cook put together. What a webinar! Boom, baby, boom. It was absolutely fantastic. And before I start going over the notes, what do I always like doing? I love looking at our CEO, his mannerisms, how he's looking at the start of the webinar. Why? Because it gives me quite a good indication of how he is and how he's feeling, etc. He looked tired, to be honest, and this came apparent later on in the webinar why he looked tired, and that was through our COO, Mohammed Kamal, if you remember, or if you don't. They had just signed off a huge session that they'd been testing into the early hours of yesterday morning about the data centers as far as OConnect is concerned. So he did look a little bit tired. And if you also noticed, he was in a different location as well. Not in his normal location, in his normal office, in his house as well. Where he is, I don't know. Anthony Abeti, my friend, thank you so much for your super sticker. Very kind, but no need. I do appreciate it. But for everyone else, there is no need. You get this all for free. Just of little old me. But if you want to support me, that is entirely your choice. And I thank you greatly for it. So also I noticed how relaxed he was. You can tell, you can really tell he enjoys being with us, doesn't he? And this was so apparent that he hung around after all of the really important information was told, that he wanted to just chill, kick back, relax with his family. And he calls us that. He calls us his family. And this is what he loves doing. And I think this is almost part and parcel of the reason why he does go above and beyond to support us in every step of the way as far as this business is concerned. Anyway, without further ado, before I get into the updates, Marty has just put the updates into the back office as far as the recording of last night is concerned. I will be taking some extracts of that and putting them onto my YouTube as well in a bit. So have a look at that as well when it is ready. Okay, guys, and we will take it from there. So then here we go. Without further ado, the recap of yesterday's webinar on the 10th of January with our CEO, Ash Mufareh. The very first corporate webinar of 2024. Ash came on and he thanked everyone for being here, and especially for those, that'll be one of me, for being up at odd hours around the globe. It was 3 a.m. for me. He said he'd got 5 topics that he wants to go over in the next coming days. And he thanked the combined sessions for amalgamating to make it more manageable so that we could have that meeting yesterday. So he came on, he said, firstly, I want to congratulate you. We've just launched our most robust and highest level of AI cloud computing in multi-regions, and it's currently hosting OConnect. Now, before I go on with the rest of the updates, let me just start explaining a little bit, what does all that mean to us, to the everyday user, the normal person on the street, and all the rest of it. What does that actually mean to us? Susan Bopp, thank you for rejoining the Tea Clubs. It means, guys, that we now have our very own data centers across the globe that have OConnect, which is what we're on last night, in the cloud. Now, the cloud is not something in the sky. It is a combination of multiple data centers across the globe that pick data from one and the other, and in real time they keep a fluid solution to anybody who is hosting anything on the internet. I gave the example last night, and I'm going to give exactly the same example right now. If you have a spider's web and your session on OConnect, or any website that you are hosting, or anything that you are doing through OnPassive is the center of that spider's web, you have lines of web going out from that center. Every single one of those lines is attached to a data center, wherever it may be across the globe. If you have a lot of people who are attendees, or a lot of volume, when I mean volume, I mean there is a lot of people viewing you or your product or your session that you are having on OnPassive through OConnect or any other one of our products, then you need more data to send out all of what you are trying to do. What the cloud-based system does is, when one person has or is in need of more data, it grabs more data from different servers. So imagine all of those strings off a spider's web grabbing more and dragging it back down into the middle fluidly without skipping a beat, so that it happens. All right, then it gives you the capacity to keep on expanding and growing within your own business or your session with OConnect, whether it is 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people on OConnect. You will have that data to be able to produce that volume of people on it. This is a huge deal. And Collins Manor, by the way, he also stepped in afterwards to explain it a little bit more, why this is so significant. At the moment, OConnect, or was until yesterday, was being hosted on AWS services. What is AWS services? For those of you who don't know, it is the data arm of Amazon technologies. Okay, we all think of Amazon as books, deliveries, you know, go online, Amazon Prime, blah, blah, blah. But did you know that 65% of their total revenue comes from AWS services, which is a hosting services for different companies and business? We were one of those businesses that were hosting our own Connect, our products on AWS services, the servers, so that we can operate on the internet. We don't have to pay for that anymore, because we've got our very own. And extremely proud I was as well to hear that the data management of all of this is being done through a company in the UK as well. So fantastic news as well. He said, we've been testing it for a while and the team says it is now perfect. It's done and completed within the first 10 days of 2024. We told you, he said as well, that it was going to be a big year. This really is kicking off how big that year is concerned. There's going to be lots and lots more information, guys, coming out about this, how it's all going to work and how it's affecting OnPassive, and really the implications of what it's going to do for us all. Secondly, he said, another major pillar, and once we have achieved it, we said we would own the internet. And that news is we are officially an accredited ICANN domain registrar. Let's just, before we go anywhere further then, what does ICANN stand for? ICANN. ICANN is, I will repeat it once again, I did it last night, Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. This is the organization that anybody has to go to and through to be approved so that they can minimum give people domain names. There's lots more as well. We have the highest credentials within that. We have the highest accredited, so that we can do everything. It's not just about a domain name, guys. We'll be able to do our DNA services as far as hosting websites, etc. All of this is going to be in-house, part and parcel of what OnPassive is said and done through the last 2 or 3 years that we were going to do. This is massive, he said. We are now the GoDaddy of the internet, but much better. Your business starts with you and your own identity on the internet, he said. We go all the way and do ourselves in OnPassive. The accreditation that we have is only held by a few in the market at the level that we have. And this accreditation gives us flexibility and room for customization when it comes to the integration of products. Like I said, remember, OnPassive is a one-stop shop. It means that we can integrate lots and lots of other things as well now, because we've got the ICANN domain registration. That is done, inclusive of the hosting and web creation that's going to be part of it. This was a very long and painful process. The amount of in-depth accreditation that has to be done through this is amazing. Not everyone gets it. They have people who look at the business. You have to sign so many different documents for legalities. You have to have had the infrastructure and all sorts of other things way before you even get to the stage of actually asking if you can have it. So fair play to OnPassive for getting this. This was always one of the massive tick boxes that we've always wanted. He goes on to say, I was always passionate for everyone to own their own domain, their own unique internet real estate, he said. This is where your internet business really, really does start. We are making you the hero. This accreditation is only given to a few, he said. Thirdly, that's 2 massive, oh my God, boom, boom, booms already out of the bag. Thirdly, a new sector of business model. That is also done. Remember, he said that OnPassive has been working diligently in the background for a long time on other things. And guess what? This new one is not in the AI digital sector. Completely different. And what was it? It is in real estate, but not just real estate or that. It is a niche, a very, very lucrative niche of real estate. What it is, he wasn't going to divulge that at this moment. But one thing's for sure is it showed exactly when he says something is going to be done, he goes all out to make sure it is done. And now I love the way this has been going, that he only brings it to the table when it is done. He will reveal this extremely wrong word. He will reveal this when he is good and ready to do it. So I was really excited about that. He said in life, there are 2 ways to make money. You have a unique value, a level of IP property, you have a skill, and you get paid for that. And people really do use their own branding and make their own cash flow. That is one way. And the other one is where people have enough money so that they make that money work for them. How do you think rich people become richer? What is the old saying? The old saying is always what? Money makes money. Have you heard of that before? I certainly have. And it is an old saying. Why? Because people use that money to make more money. This is exactly what our CEO is saying on this second part. Others are where people have enough money and they have the money work for them. He gave an example with Warren Buffett saying, you truly are making money when you are making money when you are asleep. Okay, this is the kind of example he was giving. Now, he hasn't said what this is going to be, but he said it's going to be unique and it is going to be completely legal and legitimate. He said, now we have the first phase of the huge products done. We are going to go all at it now, okay, on this second part. He said later in the year, we will share with you and let you know how this is all going to work. He said, I'm not sure what the right word is to use, but when I find it, he said, I will share it with you. Also, hang on, let me just get rid of that. Also, he said, we will always abide by the laws and regulations of what we're allowed to do according to legal advice. But the third achievement is done for us as a company. Our ODomain team will be conducting a business presentation. OI domain team will be conducting a business presentation very soon. Now, OI domain is the artificial intelligence sector of this. It is the AI unit under OMedia, and I have a bunch of huge partnerships across the globe already. If you remember the other day, I think it was a couple of days ago now, I put a video on of our very own CEO, Ash MUFAREY, in a digital version. How cool was that? This is the OI media section. And I can also tell you this has been headed up by one of our representatives over in Egypt. We'll release some more information about that very shortly. But very exciting. This is the kind of things that they are doing for other businesses. They are putting these avatars together for presentations and advertising, etc. He said we would be able to develop over the last year specifically and having this integrated into media, robots, and also avatar machines as well. We did several experiments and they got attention, and we got orders to recreate AI structures for businesses and even governmental departments. These entities take care of business functions, and we have worked on how we can replicate it to the masses in a plug and play way to the market. Let me say that one thing again. These entities, so those avatars that I showed you of Ash MUFAREY, okay, take care of business functions, and we have worked on how we can replicate these to the masses in a plug and play way to the market. What does that mean in real terms? That means that this is going to be another part of what we can resell to people out there that is not on the market to anyone else. So wrap your head around that little one, okay, that this is going to be in the future something that we will be able to say, how do you fancy making an AI avatar robot of yourself or your business so that it takes care of functions like, for instance, if you have a bot already that answers questions, instead of just having a little chat box, how about having an avatar that answers the questions? That is all going to be available so that we can resell that as well to other people. Absolutely amazing. He said, AI in OMedia is done. We're the most educated, successful people, and we are going to arrange an AI media team to launch publicly, he said. And obviously we will get that presentation in the next few days or weeks. OConnect, let's move on to the updates on OConnect and what he was saying. Now, I don't know about you, but last night for me, I only had to refresh once. That's all I had last night. We were maxed out at 10,000 yesterday. It really was great to see so many people on OConnect. And I don't think I've been part of a webinar where we've had 10,000 on OConnect before. Great to see, and it didn't skip a beat for me. So absolutely fantastic. So updates on OConnect coming up very, very shortly. And the big news is that a lot of this is going to be happening because we're having a little bit of a reset on the 16th of January. But before I get to that, what is happening? Presentations and whiteboards, we know about those already. Section, this is going to be for hosts and co-hosts, that they can collaborate the work together. It means that multiple people, as long as you're a co-host or a host, remember you can select at the top who is a co-host with you. You can all work together on things on the screen, especially on the whiteboard and presentations. All these are signed with an H or a C, host and co-host, can doodle and draw together. In presentation mode as well as collaborations is possible. Huge news, that is. So if you are having a session with a business or businesses, as long as these people are co-hosts, then you can doodle in front of you. You can say, well, what about that? And you can circle it, and the other guy can say, yeah, but if we take that and put it over here, and they can move it, and amazing, lots and lots of things that can be done. In presentation mode as well, collaborations is also possible. This means that it doesn't have to be necessarily on a whiteboard. You can do it on pictures, you can do it on websites, etc., etc. All of those things can be done. Attendees can also request to become a speaker, and only the host can see this list, and they can accept or decline. If it's accepted, guess what? You get dragged on. If it's declined, then obviously your hand or whatever it will be goes down. Moving on then, he said Tuesday, the 16th of January, we are going to have the new release of OConnect. We are fine-tuning what the visuals may look like, but they're going to look differently. Now, remember, he said one thing that you are going to notice about OConnect, and that word begins with M, modern. He said it's going to look modern. We are fine-tuning that, and the visuals may not look different, but you will have you will not have to refresh. And the next thing, we will be auto scaling this out. This Tuesday will take us to the next level of performance, whether it's 5 people or 1 million. Looping will be gone, he said, and it will be much faster. Why is it going to be a lot faster? Because we've now got our own data centers that are coping with OConnect. We will reach a high performance, he said, in audio speed and stimulated at the same time, the number of sessions opening across the globe. Right now, he said, speakers see different layouts. We've known this for a time now than attendees. When it comes to video and responses, he said on Saturday, the 20th, so that is going to be a week on Saturday, the attendees will see the same as the speakers, and a more modern design, he said, also will be integrated. So by a week Saturday, not only are we going to have the upgrade, but we're also going to have integrated the modern design, and also the speaker view and the attendees view will be exactly the same as that. He went on to say, 5.5 hours ago, we finished a tech session and the team are fired up as the results. Let's also look now at the AI components for OConnect. What else is coming? We know a lot of these, but he wanted to reiterate once again what is going to be happening with OConnect. And he actually asked us a few questions about this, but coming up is translations. That is audio to text, text to audio, and audio to audio as well. That is all coming up as well. Text to speech, video background, noise cancellation as well. We have been working on this for over a year, and we have reached something that is unusable many, many times. But Ash Mufareh, being Ash Mufareh, didn't want to integrate it because he wasn't quite happy with it. Now, he said we chose not to bring it to the market because we knew we could raise the bar and reach a greater quality and for it to look better than we wanted, but it allowed us to scale and integrate more other features. Our focus is to find the right balance of cost effectiveness, high quality, and we're still working on that battle. Why? You're probably asking, well, why does it cost more, and why do they need to be worried about that? Every single time new features are added to anything, guess what it's taking up? Data. To make it operate, they have to use more data to make it operate. And this really has been the part that has held them back a little bit. Why? Because they're paying literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions per month to host what we've got already on AWS services. Costs a fortune, right? Because data has to be paid for. Look at your mobile phone. You use data. Birgit Johansson, thank you so much for your super sticker. Look at your mobile phone. You have a contract, you pay for it. Guess what you're paying for? Data. Look at how quickly that data goes down when you start scrolling, look at the videos or blah, whatever you're doing, surfing, you know, looking at your phone. It goes in a nanosecond and you have to buy and pay for some more. Exactly the same happens, but the other way round. The company who is putting their products and services on the internet for somebody else to look at or download from or to use when they're on the cloud, they have to pay as well. So they have to pay for that amount of data to put it on there for the person to take it off. And this is one of the things that has held him back, the cost element to that. Now that we've got our own servers, now that we're using our own data centers, etc., then things will be able to put forward. But he asked the question, do we work on integrating these things at the moment, or do we make what we have now better so that the first impression of what somebody has of OConnect, okay, is a really, really special one? Now, my personal view, and I said this last night, was I would make OConnect bulletproof, stable, usable as it is at the moment. And then maybe 6 months down the line, let's start looking at integrating other things, because people want to have that best experience from day one. They want to go to it and go, wow, this is amazing. And I personally think it's amazing right now. And this first impression, as Graham Burt has said there, lasts a long time. And I think it really is important to have that first impression spot on. And that's personally my goal, is that we want to have that better. And especially when he's saying things like we can do more and we can do better with these functionalities. So he said we decided that we're not going to release it just now. We're going to work on it a bit longer as well. So he said, wrapping up, we are now going to discuss prices with the team, and that's obviously for things moving forward as far as OConnect is concerned, and other products as well. Talking of other products, he did say that we've got other products coming. I'm going to come into that as well later on in this presentation. He said, if you are requesting a withdrawal and you wanted to change the method of receiving that withdrawal, you will now have to go, you will have to go to support to change that. He said, right now, if you have a request pending, you can cancel it through support. You can cancel it if the pending or the request withdrawal is already being processed. Then you will have to contact support. But there is going to be a button put in there that you can cancel it, mainly because people's monetary side of things might have changed. They've got more commissions that they want to withdraw, and they want to change the place that it goes to. We'll be seeing that shortly as well within your wallets. He also said we'll have more instructions on withdrawing coming up to avoid changes from the merchants, charges, sorry, from the merchants. and chargebacks. This costs them an awful lot of money, by the way. Chargebacks are expensive. The merchants have to charge the company for this, and it's something we want to not get away with, but we want to try and limit the amount of chargebacks that happen as a company. More instructions on this will be coming in the coming days, so look out for that. He said the Bangladesh issue in 2023, now this has all been handled and it's all been cleared out. He's also said we are onboarding a complete compliance expert to clear and fix the mistakes that founders have been making with their verbiage. What does this mean? It basically means that if there is founders that have been putting false promises out there, who have been, in fact, I saw one today that was just ludicrous on Facebook. If people are exaggerating and not putting the company in the true light that it is, if there's people in other social medias, whether it be video, whether it be texting, whether it be posters, who aren't telling the truth, then we now have a compliance experts who are coming on board, and they will be taking care of this. This will be a whole new unit. Then they will be, to be clear, he said, we will now not allow this to go any further. What was been acceptable or accepted till now, this is us protecting the company, and it will be not good for the people that are doing it. We will protect the company at all costs, and it will not be good for them. We will be hunting for these and making those that are making inaccurate claims. So you have been warned. If you are not telling the truth, as has been said by the company, because you are doing it for clicks, likes, exposure, whatever you want to be calling it, then we now have a department of compliance who are going to be looking for exactly that. And if you are one of these people, then unfortunately you are putting your account with OnPassive at risk. We can't be any plainer and simpler about it than that. So stick to the facts. You don't need to hype this business. It is already massive. You don't need to make stupid claims about earnings or anything like that. This is not the business model that we are promoting. This is not what OnPassive is all about. Keep to the facts and you won't have any problems whatsoever. Make inaccurate claims, then unfortunately you'll be caught and you will lose your account. Also, he said we're almost ready to launch debit cards for India, and they are, guess what, commissionable. This will obviously be rolled out throughout the company as well, not just India, in times to come. He said these cards will enable commissions to be loaded to the cards for use of paying for services or purchasing items. It's going to be done through Visa and MasterCard. They are going to be loading cards. So you buy the card from OnPassive, you load it up, and you can use it wherever you see a Visa or MasterCard sign. How amazing is that? You will make commissions on those cards too. Also, he said today about, last night, BTC and ETF approval. This is now gone through. This is huge news, by the way, for cryptocurrency. If you're one of these people that follows cryptocurrency, I am. He said this is another game changer. People will be able to sell and buy cryptocurrencies. And he said crypto now is going to be booming. Also, guess what he mentioned last night? Yep, he mentioned, who's that? Sorry, let me just look at that one. Another super sticker in. That was from Vivine Benny. Thank you so much for your super sticker. He also mentioned about the ash bomb. It is coming very soon, he said. It's been done for a long time now, he said, and he's just waiting for a few more things to stabilize, and then he will let us know. So even with what we've been told already, last night, that's not even the ash bomb. This is just other things. He then went on to something that a lot of people are very interested in. A lot of people are interested in the ash bomb. A lot of people are interested in domain and data centers, etc. But more people are interested in customer allocation. He said, we were going to be doing this in December, but we felt it was right to give a little more time for those that struggled and could not submit a payment, obviously because of the issues. And just in case someone felt that they were not being given enough time, we decided to give it another month. But he said, after Tuesday, January the 16th, that time is now up. He feels that we really have given you enough time to activate your account by purchasing OConnect. And I'll also say as well, by the way, you can activate your account with purchasing other products and services. It doesn't have to be just OConnect. You can do it by purchasing other door. Can you just shut that door, Jane, please? Other products and services. But, and this is the big but, if you haven't done it by January the 16th, guess what? You are not eligible or in the pot for this first round of traffic source that is coming from the pool of the people that have already joined OnPassive. Gianna Rubinay from USA, thank you for your super sticker. It's very, very kind. So if you want to ensure, guys, that you are part of that pool of the people, okay, make sure you have activated it by Tuesday the 16th. That's 4 days time. Okay, so you have to purchase OConnect to be part of this one. Now, what I really liked about when he said this, he gave the example of as well that it's going to go on date and time stamp as well. He said, so the first founders coming in, that's members date and time. He said also the first people who have purchased OConnect, that's going to be important. And then the other side of the spectrum, the newest affiliates who have signed up with no one under their team. So he gave the example of thinking of two walls here and a ball bouncing between them. And it's going to go 3-1, 3-1. Okay, so it means that there is people who have got the earliest date and time stamp, who obviously have brought OConnect the soon as it came out. They are going to get a higher source of traffic than somebody who bought it maybe a couple of weeks ago, or the person who did it a month ago, for instance, who hasn't got a high time advance. These people are obviously going to be compensated higher because they took the plunge and the vision a lot earlier than others. But everybody, the bottom line is the bottom line of this is everybody who has activated their accounts are going to have a traffic source put into their accounts. How much it's going to be, how many it's going to be, he didn't say, but the people are there. We already know that there's over 3 million users because he said it on other occasions within OnPassive. Those people are going to be allocated to the ones that have activated their accounts. How cool is that? He also went on as well to say the next 5 or 6 products are done. These are paid products, by the way, and these are going to start be showing in your ecosystem. Now he talked about the commissions as far as these are concerned. Now, I thought the commission rates for OConnect were amazing, outstanding. I've never come across anything like this before, ever, in stuff that I've done online. But he said, we're going to match it for the next 5 or 6 products. What is it? The first sale of every single one of these products, you get 100% back in commissions. So what does that mean in reality? It means that The first sale, you are covered. You're not out of pocket. You have your money back. And then every other subsequent sale on those 5 products has a second commissionable rate of 25%. Now, it doesn't matter what the price of that product is. They're all going to be different. Every product has a different pricing scale, and it has a different pricing structure. Some are going to be monthly, some are going to be bi-monthly, some are going to be annually. Okay. But the bottom line is first sale, 100%, second sale, 25%. Now, it could be, for instance, it doesn't matter who is that first sale. As long as the first sale, first one through the door, you get 100% back. And then it's 25%. He said, regardless of the amount, the complete payment of the resellers following you hits your wallet and you are broken even on that 100%. The second, the 25%. He said, activating your account in OnPassive as well as your second payment can be of any other product of your choosing. But remember, if you've not activated your account by the 16th of January, that's a week, that's on Tuesday, then you're not going to be part of the first lot of traffic sources that are coming from OnPassive. So it really is imperative that if you want to be part of that traffic, you need to get it in before Tuesday. OConnect does not have to be the first product you activate with. You can use any of the others, as I said. All products must be purchased by you first before you earn commissions on them. Also, if you want to know a little bit more about the domains, he said, look up IDN, which is International Domain Names. And he said, learn a little bit more about it. It'll give you much more knowledge about how all that side of work is going to work. So also, he said, what else is going to happen in 2024? OnPassive, we've decided to win, to provide the most value with the lowest costs and to give you the ability to be paid as well. We are AI with heart business, and on our way, we want to uplift humanity. We are almost through it. Do it or die. It has been, he said, it's been a struggle on a daily basis, but we are still here. We are still pushing. He said, buckle up for the fun, the exciting times, and the most incredible year. We've had an amazing team, and they are more than capable of delivering our goals. I continue to thank you for your commitment to following us and to having our backs. A giant company is backing you up, and as far as it takes, and for as long as it takes. We then heard from our COO, Mohammed Kamal. He popped in as well. He wanted to reiterate a question from Neeraj, and this was, if you purchased OConnect after one of your users or customers, your commissions are stored in the credit wallet. You obviously can't take something out before you actually own it. Remember, you have to own the product first before you can withdraw those commissions. He said your customers' commissions sit in your credit wallet until you have activated that product. Okay, whether it's OConnect, OTracker, whatever it may be. Once that happens, then those commissions will then move across from your credit wallet to your payout wallet automatically. How cool is that? Absolutely amazing. So suffice to say, guys, I personally thought that last night's webinar, as far as updates, as far as information is concerned, I thought it was one of the amazing, wow, huge webinars I've been on. I thought that the size of what OnPassive is becoming now is enormous. I knew it was big, but I just cannot get my head around how big this is going and how big it's going to be. It really baffles me and I keep saying this, that I am part of something like this. It's almost uncanny. It's surreal is a really good terminology for it, that people like us can be involved with something of this enormity. And to see where this is going now, the professionalism and the credibility that we have as a business, as a company now, really is just huge. It is massive, massive, massive. And I thank my lucky stars that something in here said to me, this is it, Red. This is the real deal. And 5.5 years ago, when I got involved, I have not looked back. In fact, if anything, my belief in this business has gone tenfold from what I thought back in the day to where I am now. It really has been a pleasure for me to be a part of this business, to help as many people as I can, and I have absolutely loved all of it. So there you go. That's about it from me from last night. Like I said, Ash stopped the recording. He kicked back, and he really did have good times, didn't he, with our his family. I loved it, and it was quite hard for me to stay awake, to be honest. But I managed to get to 6:15 my time, AM, and then I had to call it a day. But thank you very much, everybody, for coming on today. Loads of you, nearly 600, which is absolutely amazing. I do thank you, and I hope that I have managed to break down last night into segments that you can understand. You know, sometimes when Ash speaks, there's a lot of it that doesn't sort of make sense, or stuff that you guys understand, and I hope that I've managed to break stuff down for you so that you understand what is happening, why it's happening, and some of the reasons behind what has happened. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm sorry I haven't been able to read anything in the chat, because I've had to read a lot of what I'm saying, obviously, I said, but it's been a fantastic pleasure to you as well. Graham Burt, thank you. Sorry, I didn't see your super sticker, but thank you so much, my friend, for your super sticker. If I missed it, and if anyone else has sent it and I said haven't seen it, I do apologize, because I was reading at the time. I'm pretty good, but I can't read 2 pages all at the same time. That's for sure. Anyway, guys, go and watch the recording if you haven't seen it. Marty put that up in the update section. Like I said, I'm going to take some extracts of that, put it into a bit more manageable area so people can just get the highlights. I'm going to put that out there again as well. That's going to be on this YouTube channel. So look out for it. Have a great day. I'll be back around again tomorrow. Let it sink in. But one thing's for sure is be very, very excited with where this is all going, guys. It's about to explode. See you all later then. Bye-bye.